The untold story of a moment of life.
It was my third year of college when I fell for him. His name was R.R. He was everything you'd hope for in a person, kind, incredibly thoughtful, and so caring. I remember struggling so much with my accounting class. I just couldn't stand it, and I was genuinely terrified of failing. R.R. knew this. He could see how much stress it was causing me. But one day, during a major test, something unforgettable happened. He saw the panic on my face, and without a second thought, he took my test paper. He started answering my questions, all while trying to finish his own paper. It was a crazy, risky thing to do, but he did it just so I wouldn't fail. And you know what? I passed that accounting class because of him. But the moment I truly fell for him wasn't in a classroom. It was on the stairs. I was walking down, probably lost in my own world as usual, and I stumbled. I was about to take a nasty fall, but out of nowhere, his hand shot out and grabbed my arm, steadying me. He held me there for a second to make sure I was okay. And in that moment, looking at him, I didn't just avoid falling down the stairs. I fell completely for him. It was a powerful, overwhelming feeling, like everything just clicked into place. But life is complicated, isn't it? The timing was all wrong. As quickly as those feelings blossomed, they were just as quickly cut short. You see, I already had a boyfriend at the time. It was a relationship I had been in for a while, and R.R. found out. From that day on, he was just gone. It was like he vanished from my life. I'd walk through campus hoping to bump into him, but I never saw him again. My friends told me he was completely heartbroken, that he couldn't even stand the thought of seeing me. It was a heavy piece of information to carry. I tried so hard to get back in touch. I sent messages, I tried reaching out through mutual friends. I just wanted to talk to him, to explain, to maybe understand what he was feeling. But he refused every attempt. He had built a wall, and I couldn't get through. It hurt. It hurt knowing that I was the cause of his pain, and it hurt that this connection, which felt so real and so special, had been severed so abruptly. The silence from his end was louder than any argument we could have had. I was left with a lot of what-ifs and a profound sense of loss for something that had barely even begun. Years went by, life moved on, as it always does. I finished college, started a career, and the vivid memories of R are slowly faded into a softer, more distant ache. I often wondered what became of him. Did he find happiness? Was he okay? You carry those questions with you for people who made an impact on your life, even if they were only in it for a short time. But every now and then, a random thought would bring him to mind a set of stairs. The mention of an accounting class, and I'd feel that familiar pang of nostalgia and regret. Then, not too long ago, I found out what happened to him through the grapevine of old college friends and social media. I learned that he had become a teacher. It suited him perfectly. I could easily picture his kind and patient nature guiding students. And I learned something else. He got married. His wife is a teacher too. When I heard this, a strange mix of emotions washed over me. There was a hint of that old sadness, a final closing of a chapter that I had subconsciously kept open. But overwhelmingly, I felt a sense of peace. I felt genuinely happy for him. He had built a life for himself, found love, and was pursuing a noble profession alongside his partner. The heartbroken boy I knew from college had grown into a man with a family and a purpose. It was the answer to the questions I had carried for so long. He was okay. He had found his happiness. And that knowledge, in a way, set me free. It allowed me to look back on that time not just with regret for what was lost, but with a gentle fondness for the boy who answered my test questions and caught me when I fell. Our story was just a brief, fleeting moment in the grand scheme of our lives, a classic case of right person, wrong time. Or maybe he was just a beautiful lesson. He taught me about kindness, about selfless acts, and about the deep impact we can have on one another, even in a short period. I'll always remember him as the boy on the stairs, the one who caught me in more ways than one. And I'll always wish him nothing but a lifetime of happiness with his wife, in the life he so clearly deserved. Some stories aren't meant to have a fairy tale ending with the two main characters together. Some are just meant to be a beautiful, poignant part of our journey. And that's okay. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing for more.